Hello, this is Sing Sing Ave, located in East Village, Manhattan, 81 Avenue A, New York, New York 10009. My name is Brandon. This is Coco the Cavapool. Welcome to Sing Sing and come follow me. Guys, come with me. Alright, come everybody. Today we're going to be hanging out in our room number 2. Please follow me. We call this a Beastie Boys room to our Beastie Boy art right here in the wall. I love them. Hey YouTube fam, my name is Brandon. Once again, this is Coco the Cavapool. Today I'm going to discuss what is some of the most hardest thing about running a karaoke bar and what stresses me out the most, and then how I deal with them.
First question, what is the hardest thing about starting a karaoke bar in NYC?
The hardest thing about starting a karaoke bar in NYC is licensing. Because number one, the first thing you need is a liquor license. And in NYC, especially if you're in a hot neighborhood like East Village when there's a lot of other bars around, they're less likely to give you a liquor license. Liquor license, you can apply for a liquor license once we start the lease, which means we already signed the lease and have to start paying for the rent. And it takes about 6 months to a year until the liquor license actually come out where we can actually serve liquor. Yes, there's a whole temporary liquor license and stuff like that, but in the end, they're not permanent. And you still gotta work on it to get your permanent liquor license. And to open up a karaoke bar in NYC, you need decent amount of square footage because we have 14 private rooms. When you first walk into the bar, it might seem like a small bar, but with 14 private rooms, our square footage gets pretty big. And for us to pay that rent until we get our liquor license is not really ideal because we're losing a lot of money. We try just to do karaoke without selling drinks, but in the end, alcohol is what makes you money in NYC. Realistically, if you're a karaoke bar without alcohol, people are not gonna come to you. So first year, we're in crazy amount of minus. Yeah, that's it.
What is the hardest thing about running a karaoke bar in NYC?
The hardest thing about running a karaoke bar is karaoke system and any machinery. Each room has 2 microphones, 2 speakers, a TV, an amplifier, and a karaoke machine, which means there's a lot of machine in each room. Away from how much they cost to start it up, machines break down. And you don't know when they're gonna break down. You can do all the maintenance you want in the world, and you test the machine when you open every week just to make sure all the machines are in working order. But you know what? For some reason, when it's busiest, the machine wants to cause a problem. Mic can go staticky, speaker can have some statics, karaoke system just shuts off. And we wanna give best experience to our customers that come here. And we don't want them to have any problems when they're here on their precious weekend, spending their time and money for us. It just sucks that there's nothing we can do about machines breaking down.
What stresses you out the most when running a karaoke bar in NYC?
What stresses me out the most when I'm running a karaoke bar is when customers leave unhappy. I started this business so that I can show everybody a good time by introducing a East Asian style karaoke room to New York City so that people can have fun, enjoy themselves, and have a good time. Not come and be disappointed for whatever reason. When I see bad reviews on Google, Yelp, that really stresses me out because I know that somebody came to my bar, spent their precious time and their money, and they left unhappy.
And what do you do when you were stressed out?
When I'm stressed out, I go work out. Or drink, either or. But it really depends on the stress though. If it's like a stress that gets caused by people leaving unhappy, or we're not making enough sales or stuff like that, then I will probably go have my beer and whiskey. But if I get stressed out from machines breaking down or violent customers fighting or stuff like that I can't control, I go work out. Like, I like to lift heavy weights, and that really is what gets me through the day.
What is the craziest thing you have witnessed in this room?
Craziest thing that happened in this room was there was a fight. One of my employees calls me over to this room saying that one of the guy is acting up. I came to the room with the bouncer. Obviously, the guy was kind of drunk. He was like yelling, screaming, cursing. And then my bouncer took him outside. And I'm left there with the rest of the group. And his girlfriend start cursing at me. And then she just started going wild once the bouncer left. And then she came up to me, spit in my face. And then she slapped my face like this. I mean, I was mad. You know, I wanted to do something about it, but, you know, I shouldn't be doing anything about it because I personally think stuff like that comes with running a karaoke bar in NYC. I expect it to get rowdy. And, you know, I expect to be punched here and there. But what's funny is what happened next. So she punched me in the face, so she can't be in here anymore. And my bouncer came back after kicking out her boyfriend, and he also dragged her out. And, you know, my bouncer had to watch the door while checking ID, so I went outside to help him to make sure that these two don't come back in. I was just standing at the door. And the girl comes again up to my face. She slaps me again. And then she takes out her phone. And then she calls the police. Okay, I'm like, I was about to call, but you call for me, great. About 10 minutes later, the police comes. And right when police was getting out, I walked towards their car to tell them that they're bothering us. And then she slapped me again in front of the police. The police was like, what are you doing? Like, don't touch him. And then she just kept yelling that, oh, like, this bar won't let me in. This bar won't let me in. And I'm like, that's because you punched us in the face. And, you know, I had to show the police, like, video footage of her hitting somebody and, you know, us just, you know, kicking him out. And then police told him to go home. And I thought that was it. But 15 minutes later, I see a review on Google that's saying, do not go here. They kicked out me and my boyfriend. And then they got violent with my boyfriend. And then they punched my boyfriend. I replied back saying, please don't fucking come back. And yeah. And I think that's the craziest thing that I experienced from this room.
What song do you sing when you had a bad work day?
I like to sing Bad Day by Daniel Powder. And you know what? Let me sing it for you guys. Let's search my song title. Bad Day, Daniel Powder. Click on that. Send request. Comes up right here on the screen. We got 2 microphones. Let's get it. Please, I'm not a good singer, so don't judge me, guys. Real karaokeers, sing with 2 mics, baby. What you little sky holiday? The point is they laugh at what you say. And I'd like to apologize to Daniel Powder for ruining this song. If you ever watch, I apologize. Thank you for watching, and tune in next week.